I know your name. Don't hide from me, 'cause I see all your pain. It's written in your eyes. You and I, we are one and the same. For better or for worse, our dreams are our curse. We are united in our pain. So tell me why we live like angels with no halos, walking blind. Siamese, I know your name. Don't hide from me, 'cause I see all your pain. It's written in your eyes. You and I, we are one and the same. For better or for worse, our dreams are our curse. We are united in our pain. So tell me why we live like angels with no halos, walking blind in a wasteland, a graveyard out of sight and out of mind. There must be
Yeah.
Eh. Well, I was meant to actually switch to this, even though that wasn't as professional as I originally thought. But hello, everyone.
Oh, well.
It seems like I accidentally maybe kinda didn't put the settings as I wanted them to be. But that's okay, because I'm meant to be here anyway. Hope everyone's good and we're hyped for Ring Warriors, but we've got some bits to go through, and that's my update change log. Oh my god. Updates galore. So last time, where we had a prelude towards Ring Warriors bits, I basically revealed every change we made up to Strong Styler to make sure that the party had all of their styles ready to go. Now I've been working on Strong Style and the rest, and I'm currently going through Icon, so this isn't finished yet. But Icon is now becoming a pain in the ass because I'm completely changing how Icon works. I'll get to that when we get there. I'm also joined at this point with Tash.
Hello.
There you go. I was wondering where that was.
Yeah, it's like I'm joined at this point by, and then you cut off, and I
Oh,
was like, hello.
that was weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
I wonder if my voice detection on Discord is a bit naffers. Let me have a quick butch. There we are. Yeah, I think it is.
Yes.
Let me take it to 52. That looks better. Right, we'll try that.
Yeah.
Hello, Sven in the
Hello.
chat. I'll be on as soon as I can. Having a meal right now with the missus. Don't want to rush it. We're about 2/3 into it. Train home, so expect me about past. Not a
So
problem.
he's on the main course.
Oh, damn.
I mean, what?
He's on the main course. That's not even his missus. Oh.
Oh no! If Vinny heard you say that, I don't know how he would take it.
Oh, I'm a giggity person. I know it. First time on the channel, what's going on? I'll tell you what's going on, my man. We are getting ready for my session of Ring Warriors this evening, which Ring Warriors, the wrestling tabletop role-playing game, being created developed, and will soon be kickstarted by the #1 man with the ironclad, white, pale, tan, most explosive man on the planet. That makes pretty calls. Basically, it is a one-man job, and it's a pain in the ass, but at the same time, I'm loving every moment of it. The game's been in development for 1 year, and in that 1 year, I've gone from having an idea to having a playable game, but now we are just going through things. I like that moist. You, sir, get a thumbs up. I like it.
Yes.
Right. And this might just moisten your panties a little bit more. We're going through more updates from what I've been doing on the game. So,
Ooh.
first off, I'm actually going to just move my chat box a little bit because it seems to be in the way. Well, actually, let's make this easy for... That's better. We'll do it that way. So,
Beautiful.
let's go through things. So, obviously, we added the new stuff to the Strong Styler bits, such as the removal of starting equipment and the introduction of how your AC now works. Whoa! Thank you very much, Sven, for the follow. Legend boy, welcome to the squad. We now have, obviously, your starting AC section. Updated the Bloodletter skill, which has now been changed to a Cunning contest with a table of results. Updated the Hold Held Tighter skill. And this is more so in line with how holds now work in general, because holds are now working differently. So now, ending your turn with an opponent in a hold actually deals 4 more points of damage. So it gives you an incentive to actually put them in holds. Momentous Aggression has been changed to a Cunning save of DC plus 10 in order to push your opponent back. The King's Road skill has been changed to a Cunning save with DC 10 for those bits to go across. Head Striking True has been changed to a 1d6 plus power in damage. It was actually underpowered before, so now with the new system, now it's on par with the power scaling that I want it to be. We also went to Fortune Favors the Mustache, which of course is a fantastic skill that every person should consider when leveling up their Strong Styler. Added that damage is calculated off of the favor stat for this punch. Because punch. The Scottish Cross
That's
skill. There you go.
Yeah.
The Scottish Cross skill has been changed to a 1d6 damage, and we removed the 1d4 cooldown because we want you to bloody well use it. The Dragon's Roar skill, which is the one where you basically channel your inner Welshman and breathe fire on people, has now been changed to a toughness contest that every opponent within your range has to roll. And if they roll crap, they're basically set on fire. And it's crazy good. I love that. Yeah, so that's Dragon's Roar. The first steps. The first step. Oh god, it's gonna make me think of bloody fruit salad from
Fruit. Oh,
from Wiggles. Oh god.
Yes. Fruit salad. Yummy, yummy.
Or possibly
Oh
the
my-
best, or if you want to, the best mashup known to mankind, Psycho Salad, which is fruit salad from the Wiggles mixed with Psychosocial from Slipknot. Does it work? Surprisingly, yes. Is it amazing? Hell yeah. Totally recommend it.
Kind of want to listen to it now.
Oh, do it. We have the first step skill, which is changed to a smart save with DC 8. Quick to snap skill, which has been changed damage to plus 1d6, which just makes it a little bit better. Bone Strike's Flesh has been changed to a cunning save. The Spirit Within skill has now got increased range of the explosion of your projected self to 15 feet after what was originally 10 feet. So that's much better. We have Complete Knockout has been changed a little bit as well to now be a smart save, so that if they fail the save, their health is cut in half. Oh wait, no, that's not when their health is cut in half. This is the one where if they fail the save, they are instantly they are pretty much instantly knocked out, but for 1d4 turns.
Oof.
So that's the caveat there. And then, so Strong Styler had very little changes, because I did a mini change of Strong Styler when we were going through things ages ago. So we didn't need a lot of big changes. It was actually quite straightforward. I wanted to just adjust a bit of a damage output, because Strong Styler is meant to be up there as one of the big raw damage outputs when it comes to styles. So it's a hell of a lot of fun. Then we moved to High Flyer. It got quite a few changes, as you could possibly see. Updated the High Ground unique skill, so that now your unique skills are High Flyer. Was originally, if I remember correctly, you had advantage on checks when you had a high ground on something. So basically, it's you basically had favor on any check where, like, you climbed a tree or you climbed a turnbuckle and you're like, who is that? But then I realized, what's the point of that? That doesn't sound really good. So, and the whole point of being a high flyer is that you want to get into a high position so you could jump off of it to do more damage to people. So, we've now changed it to instantly being able to climb turnbuckles in wrestling matches without having to roll checks. And you have advantage on climbing checks outside of turnbuckles. So you want to climb a tree? Well, you have favor on that. I should actually change that to favor, because I've been in a D&D mood again, but that's more so because the radio show I want to make is actually coming together nice. Cool. That's basically the new mindset when it comes to High Flyer, and we've adjusted things accordingly for that. The slingshot skill's been updated. Initial damage is up to 2d4, and it increases by 1d4 at certain levels, and changes to 4d6 damage at level 18, which would be really, really, really nice. Spin reaction has been changed now to completely avoiding attacks with no damage, and the removal of a 1d4 cooldown, because now you have finite uses. So the trick is you need to really plan out when you're going to use spin reaction, because if you use it too much too early, and you're going to need a rest to get all your stuff back, oh no, guess who can't avoid attacks? Then we have the Twisting Slam, which just had an improved explanation. It was a bit all over the place, so that's straightened out. The 360 Crash! I like this skill, and I think it's really great. We have now changed the uses to harm stats, or harm smarts. The reason for that is because it was originally just using your flat smarts, and because of the sheer amount of damage it can potentially do, kinda crazy. So we changed it to harm smarts, so that you're going to have to think about when you're going to use it. Simple as that. We updated the Bend. So, changed to a smarts contest with results table, which is very cool. Basically, it allows you to bend. And depending on how well you bend, do you avoid damage? Do you only take little amounts of damage? Well, you're going to have to find out. Updated the Cannonball skill, which is now changed to a toughness save in order to burst through enemy lines. Updated the Cast-Off skill, which has now updated damage to 1d6 per successful flip. Awesome. The Table Hopper skill's been increased, so now it has increased range. So the range was originally you bounce off of an enemy or an ally within range to then extend your range of attack to 60 feet for your next attack. Getting late here in South Africa. Good luck with the game. See you soon. No worries, my man. Have a good rest. Thank you for joining the stream. So with the Cast-Off skill, no, not Cast-Off, sorry, Table Hopper, originally it was you jump off of an ally or an enemy, and basically it extends your range from what it would normally be to 60 feet. It sounded good on paper, but then the whole problem was your range was already pretty big because of your level 1 skill that allows you to do a jumping or diving attack onto an enemy, and then if you're successful, return to your original position. So, in order to tie it better up with how that works, Table Hopper now has increased range, so now the range of jumping or diving attacks when you use it is now double your speed. And instantly I will have people going, are you telling me I can table hop off of someone and have range of 80 feet if I am a cruiserweight? I'm saying yes. So that clarifies that. It also makes it so that if you were crazy enough and if you wanted to be a super heavyweight high flyer, it actually gives you some more range to help you out. So so you can actually play the game. But you know, that's fair. It's just an added thing to make things way more interesting. Spring legs. We've removed the smarts check requirement, and we've established damage as an additional 1d12 on a success to make it really impactful. And we have also updated the Rolling Thunder skill and simply removed the 1d4 cooldown because it didn't make sense as to why. And that's High Flyer. Not as mental, quite straightforward. But some necessary changes to make that a little bit more better. Then we've hit Icon. Like, looking through Icon, I realized there was a huge problem. The big problem I had with Icon, I was reading through a lot of the skills that Icon has, and I immediately hated what I read. And I didn't hate what I read off of the grounds that, oh, it's too weak, oh, it's too powerful, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. I was mad about what it was because it was way too much like the Bard. And I know that was how it was originally built when I first made Icon. Icon was always going to be like the Bard-esque fighting style. But then I realized the Bard, like, basically the equivalent of Bardic Inspiration for Icon was way too much like Bard, and on top of that was just not where I wanted Icon to go, because ever since we revamped the game last time, I wanted to make the game stand out on its own merits, not having a lot of ties to D&D as it possibly can. And Icon screamed Bard. It wasn't even a matter of, oh, there are little hints of Bard here and there. It screamed it. And I just couldn't tolerate it. So I have been working hard to basically reshape Icon to make it a lot better. And to make it a little bit more in line as to how I would now want it to be, without having to cripple what icons are. And if you want to know what wrestling icons are and what my inspiration is for wrestling icons, we're talking about the people like Charlotte Flair and Ric Flair. We're talking about he recently passed away and was like one of the most legendary NWA world champions of all time. That guy, he'll probably clock back on. Basically, a lot of guys that were more flamboyant, a little bit more out there, a little bit more regal in their wrestling design, but still kicked absolute ass. And they're always remembered to being that icon. So you, like, that was it. You got like the equivalents of Ric Flair, Charlotte Flair, and on that side where you're very much a little bit pompous, but very quite regal in yourself. But then the other side of that being like Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, where it's like, I'm the icon! I got the moves! I got the power! I got the chips! Yeah! Like, you just rock it. And that's fine. So let's go through some of the changes. Updated the phrase, the unique skill. Just simply gave it an improved description, just to make it a little bit more understandable, because it was a little bit all over the place. That was straightforward. Big change. Inspiring figure, which was originally like the icon's equivalent to Bardic Inspiration. We have now changed it completely. It is now called Flash and Awe, which actually goes really well with another skill later on in the list. So now we have Flash and Awe at level 1. As for Greatest of All, you make everyone around you feel your very presence. From level 1, any move that you perform that uses Appeal for damage calculation gets an added 1d4. And this is increased by 1d4 at levels 5, 10, and 15, with the damage increases to d6s at level 20. Pretty much giving you bonuses if you want to be that appealing madman. Which is great. It gives... Because I realised something as well with the icon. They had some great stuff, but their damage output in comparison to the others was just low.
I was going to say, does it affect the... So will that affect the belt that I have, since I pretty much have like the effect of that?
Yes, so now your effect is the effect of Flash and Awe.
Okay,
And
so
if you want a written version of that, I will copy and paste this into the Discord.
Thank you.
There you go. There's the specifics for you.
Ah, fantastic.
So with that, we then have... So now we have Flash and Awe. Again, I said it actually goes really well with an optional skill that you can have in the future. I say it's an optional one because it's tied to one of the aspirations. You'll see what I mean when we get to it. Updated iconic moves. So now iconic moves damage output is 1d6 instead of just your flat stat for damage. So it makes it more iconic, of course. Then we had the update. Because we updated Inspiring Figure to change it into Flash and Awe, we had to update Style and Profile. So now you have Flash and Awe, Style and Profile. Haha, see what I did there. So this skill's now been changed completely. Now it does this. Your abilities as an icon shine through your very presence, causing those around you to feel your greatness. From level 3, you are able to add your Flash and Awe damage onto any attack regardless of stat. Also, allies within 30 feet of you can also gain this benefit if you so choose. You can give allies this damage boost equal to your harm appeal per encounter. So now this gives you a reason to use your full wrestling arsenal. On top of that, it adds an element of bardic inspiration where your allies can gain a benefit from what you're doing when you give it to them, but now it's more damage orientated rather than you just get a flat bonus to whatever the heck you're rolling. Now your allies during a big fight are going to be looking at you going, "My man, give me that power!" Just makes it super cool. And I love it. We updated King of the Mountain. We changed the skill to an appeal contest with a table of results. Very fun table of results. I might go through some of these result tables that we have. Updated What I Deserve. So now the skill is an appeal save, and when they fail the appeal save, they drop any valuables that they have on them. It's great. We also updated For One Who Shines, which is changed to an appeal save, and added 1d6 turn stipulation, and increased the range of affected enemies to 30 feet. So The One Who Shines basically lets you target an enemy. That enemy now shines so brightly that they stick out in pure darkness, and gives favor when you attack them. And then on top of that, when they die, there's a little bit of a explosion, and any opponents that are within a certain range also get spattered on with this dust, and they shine in the darkness, and you can carry on. So it's kind of like a chain. I kind of think of it as like a chain fairy fire, because I really like fairy fire from D&D, and I wanted to integrate it somehow. So this also helps. It also helps both the icons and an entire party of players later on in the game by giving them a way to hit those higher AC levels easier against tougher enemies. And one obviously big thing is that some of these classes and some of these styles and races are going to have a lot more AC manipulation skill sets, which is really going to be a big trick of the game. The one who shines, that was that one. Updated the shot down skill, where its damage is reduced to 1d6. It was originally 1d12, way too strong. And we changed the effect to an appeal save, because it just made way more sense. And that's as far as I am at the moment with Icon. So to put into perspective, I'm as far as basically halfway through Iconic Vocals, which is one of the aspirations for Icon. I haven't touched on Iconic Performance, and I haven't touched on the rest of the Icon skill set, and then we'll be moving on the items list that currently has my attire tables that will all be changing, potentially all going away, for the replacement of just more equipment, more items, more innovative ideas, more crazy stuff, which is always great. Everyone loves crazy stuff. So one thing that I said was about some of these added contest tables that we've put in. And I want to go over the ones that we have put in now for Strong Styler, High Flyer, and Icon, at least the ones I've got so far. So for Strong Styler, the first one they now have is Bloodletter, which is the first skill you get at level 3 on the Asian origin tree. And for this one, roll a cunning contest with the following results, and we see what happens. Your opponent rolls this one. Oh no, you roll this one. I do apologise. Do you? Do you? No, it's supposed to be your opponent. Aha. Or opponent. Oh no, you can make your opponent. Oh yeah. I thought I'd worded it right. I was looking at that and thinking, huh? What are you doing?
Yeah, that word.
But yeah, cunning
What the heck,
contest.
Dom?
So, dude. Dude. So.
How dare I?
Yes.
Carry on.
You're dead against Mike Jaws now. You're just dead.
I hate you. I mean, what?
Who's fudging rolls? Who said that? Hey, no. Maybe. I don't know. If it's anything like my rolls from last time, I won't be fudging. The dice would just be against me every step
Of the way.
Anyway, Bloodletter. You hit it. Your opponent rolls a contest on the contest table. If they roll a 6, the strike lands. You are left unmarked. Nothing happens. If they roll a 5, the strike leaves a sting but doesn't last. You take 1d4 damage at the start of your next 1d4 turns. Right. They roll a 4. The strike has left you with a painful bruise. You take 1d4 damage at the start of your next 4 turns. So that's a hard 4, not 1d4. We roll a 3. The strike has cut you open. You are bleeding, which is 1d4 plus toughness in damage for the next 4 turns. Rolling a 2. The strike has left you with a stinging wound. You are bleeding heavily, which is 1d6 plus toughness for 4 turns. Or you roll a 1. The strike has caused a gash to open wide. You are bleeding heavily, which is 1d6 plus toughness in damage, for 6 turns.
Oof.
Bloodletter, ladies and gentlemen. Letting that blood. Fun times. Later on, we have the Dragon's Roar, which is the one I was talking earlier from the British origin tree. So with this one, this is your opponents roll this one, and they have these results. So on a 6, you resist the blaze. Nothing happens. On a 5, you have a burn mark left on your skin. You take an additional 1d4 damage this turn. Okay. Number 4, you feel a burning sensation on your body. You take 1d4 damage at the start of the next 1d4 turns. Number 3, you're on fire. You take an additional 1d4 damage this turn and take 1d4 damage at the beginning of the next 1d4 turns. Or 1d4s. Oh, I've had
Ooh.
a care package. Thank you, Mum. Very nice.
Aww.
Nice care package in the form of coffee. That I like. Wait. Yes, the D4, D4s, and D4s. Lovely. Rolling a 2. You are burning. Literally on fire. You take 1d6 damage at the beginning of the next 1d6 turns. And then roll a 1. You are set ablaze. You take an additional 1d6 damage this turn and take 1d6 damage at the start of the next 6 turns. Burn, McFire Lord. Like it. And if anyone wanted to ever make a Dragonborn called Burn, McFire Lord, I would heavily recommend it. And you could so totally tweet me at the Exploder and let me know if you have done such a thing. Because
like, would they have to be like what was that the anime like
animated
Zabastu's
spellbooks, fire specialization.
yes, that
Totally.
where
They would have to be a Dragonborn that can spit fire, and then become a. Was it an evocation wizard that just has proficiency
either an
focuses.
evocation wizard or a source or a draconic ancestry sorcerer, which is either red, gold, and I want to say
chromatic, was it?
Well, it's either red, gold, and I'm trying to remember which ones breathe fire. I know red and gold do. That much I know. I want to say it's no, it's not bronze. Oh gosh darn, I can't remember. Unless I got them all, but still, I definitely know. Yeah, because there's 3 that were mentioned that do fire damage and stuff.
Let's see, Dragonborn race. Here we are. There it is. Brass.
Oh, brass.
Brass, gold, and red.
Yep. I knew it was kind of brass, but I knew it was one of the metallics. But it was kind of like, but which one was it again? Can't remember. Oh no.
Everyone forgets brass.
Everyone.
Ironically.
The irony.
True. So that was that one. Then we have the table for the bend, which is a part of the flip ace aspiration for high flyers.
Mm-hmm.
This is one where you have to roll it versus your opponent's attack. So in this case, rolling a 1, you attempt to bend but feel something go. You fail to bend, and if you were hit by the attack, you are counted as downed.
Ooh.
You bend better, but not enough. You fail to bend. Simple as that. Your bending could be worked on. You bend slightly and take only harm damage. You can bend quite well. You take harm damage from the attack but can perform a strike with your legs as a bonus function. Rolling a 5. Your bending is brilliant. You take no damage from the attack. Nice. And number 6. Your bending was perfect. You take no damage from the attack and can perform a strike with your legs as a bonus function.
Beautiful.
I love that bend. And then so far for Icon, we've got King of the Mountain.
Dun, dun, dun.
This went through a quite big change because of the contest table, just to make it a little bit more fun and interesting. So with this one, the opponents roll it. So in this case, if they roll a 6, you feel something, but it's actually nothing. Nothing happens. You feel weakened somehow. You doubt your skills and roll harm on your next attack. Number 4. You are feeling powerless. You believe you are weaker than you seem and roll with harm on the next 1d4 attacks. You feel as though you may not be worthy. You believe you are fighting the best in the world and roll with harm on your next 1d6 attacks.
Oof.
You feel a legendary presence. You believe you are looking at a future legend and feel compelled to not attack for the next 4 turns. And then, if your opponent rolls a 1, you are staring into the face of a legend. You believe who you are seeing is a true wrestling legend, and you cannot attack your opponent for 6 turns.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I know some people may be like, are you saying I could be in a wrestling match where my opponent don't want to hit me for 6 turns? Damn, that boy dead. And yeah, he might be. He might be. But then the trick with the icon is that the icon's very heavy on roleplay. So if you do impose that onto your opponent, would you beat the living crap out of them like a dirty heel? Or would you use that to make them lay down on the mat and just let you pin them? Think about that. Roleplay that shit. It gives you options. And that's all the contest tables we've got at the moment. The new ones in. As I said, I've got the rest of Icon finished. Then we start working on the item list, where there's going to be a lot more additions adding in, such as smoke bombs, smoke machines, light bombs, actual portable shoulder-mounted lights that you can have onto your wrestler as you're running about the place. Updates to equipment with some more equipment options you can buy out. Updates to consumable items with new consumable items coming out. Updates to merchandise. Merchandising! So much merchandise! You've got to sell that merch whenever you can. Updates to the weapons table, because I might be doing something involving weapons. I am considering removing the breaking point of weapons.
Ooh.
But another part of me is saying don't, because that's the whole point with the Extremist. The Extremist is the only one that is able to not break weapons because he's an expert in that field. If I then made it so that every wrestler can use weapons and without them breaking, what's the point? I mean, what's the point of using a table if the table is supposed to break? And then it also counteracts how a table match works, where you're supposed to smash your opponent through a table. Logic being made.
Like, how many tables in wrestling have you ever seen that have not been smashed? I'd say probably 0.
Well, you'd be quite surprised. There are botches in the wrestling world where tables have not been broken. Or they've been broken in such a way where they've been more bent rather than broken. Or there have been really bad cases where the table breaks in certain ways that it's actually severely injured the wrestlers in question.
Oof.
I think one of the craziest moments with a table, if I remember correctly, I think it was Rob Van Dam doing a simple leg drop onto an opponent that was on a table. And this is bearing in mind, Rob Van Dam's been in ECW for the majority of his career at this point, where ECW is basically every night there's someone going through a table at least. And then everyone was just told, yeah, go hardcore, go extreme, use weapons, do whatever the hell you want to do. Simple as. So, this was a match, I believe, on Monday Night Raw. He's just doing a typical on the table, do a leg drop, smash it through the table, all was good. I think it was either Rob Van Dam or potentially Sabu. It was one or the other. He did the leg drop. The table... So, how wrestling tables work is that they're specifically constructed so that if you hit it in a certain way, they naturally split down the middle. And that's how you get the effect of a table going... and you have the 2 bits left over. But for some reason this night, this table smashed in such a weird way where one half of it smashed like normal. The other half of it, half of that half smashed how it normally would, while the other half of it stuck upwards,
Oh no.
causing a piece of that table to scratch their eye in such a way so that the doctors after the match were insanely worried that he had potentially done very severe retinal damage. Where if you've basically screwed your eye in a wrestling match, that's it. No chance of continuing your career. Gone instantly.
Holy crap.
And there was a little behind the scenes thing. Now that's it. It was on the Rob Van Dam DVD, no wonder I remember. And the behind the scenes thing afterwards, he talked about this moment, and I remember watching it and going, "Oh my god, how did you keep wrestling after that?" And they showed a little frame by frame of how it worked, and how RVD was explained to it by the doctors and the guys looking over the match afterwards on different camera angles. Basically, if I was to use my face as an example in this eye, the table went up and was millimeters from the eye.
Oh my god.
If that table went any higher or lower, or if RVD changed his head orientation in a minuscule way, he would have lost his eye in that
Oh, shit.
split moment. Crazy.
Damn.
And if you still say wrestling's fake, then screw you.
Speaking of screw you, not really. Hi, Foxy.
I was
Smooth.
gonna say, I'm like, hey, Foxy, dude, I think you're in, mate. Well done.
I'm doing this new thing, I'm always just sneaking in and seeing how long it takes people to notice that I'm here.
Oh, I notice you. It's just I usually try and find a gap where it's smooth enough to like sort of introduce you.
Yes.
Giggity.
God damn it.
Hey, don't blame me. Tash was the one that said screw you. Wink.
Yeah. I know.
Really?
I know.
The truth's coming out.
She's coming in.
See, she's complaining about it.
Uh,
She's acting childish. You know what that means? She means it.
yeah.
That doesn't work. It does now.
That
I-
doesn't make sense.
I love it.
I will put one thing in the Ring Warriors campaign to the campaign chat, but I will as soon as you have read it, I will just say to me, and I will delete it.
Okay.
Is it boobs?
No.
It's furry boobs. I know exactly
It's
what's
very
going on.
boobs. Oh my
God damn it.
It's gonna be a pair
Well,
of
if you
tits
want
covered in
to, I can
feathers,
find some.
No.
No,
No.
I mean no.
No. P.S.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, but actually no.
So did
But
did
legit.
did this go the way, like there is the Reddit thread called yes no.
I don't know. I mean,
think I
I'm
remember
not
that
reading
bit.
on Reddit much.
But yeah, I have, as it has been, I have returned from my friend's place, which is literally in middle of nowhere.
Nice.
Okay.
So it's actually so middle of nowhere that even with my 150 megabyte connection, I can get only like 5.
Well,
Yeah.
well
Nice.
done.
Yes.
So
But-
Vinny by now should be on dessert.
I
That's
believe
true.
so.
and we may not have Evie tonight due to her having a social life. What is this?
Yeah.
This is a
I mean, to be
tabletop
fair-
role-playing game. You don't have a social life if you play these. What are you doing? No, I'm joking.
To be fair, I kind of told Foxy off last week for like having a social life. So
Yeah.
Dude.
I think it was this Monday.
Now, Foxy.
oh yeah, that was it. It was on the Monday. I was like, "Oi, get your tabaxi ass in here,"
Yeah.
sort of
That
thing.
was it. That was it. But it's good. And you know what else is good? We do have something to
Mhm.
celebrate. It is very good because he's been working his ass off and he's finally got it. Ladies and gentlemen, Foxy, Sir Foxy, Foxinor the Fox, whatever you want to call him. Or I believe in your native tongue it would be Fox.
Actually, it's Sir Foxy. Basically means Herra Kettu.
Herreketo.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
Don
That was
Arigato to
pretty
you
good.
too, Foxman.
Domo arigato, doctor.
God, Finnish doesn't sound like Japanese. It's just really hard language.
It does now.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
Tash,
sure.
he said it's a really hard language. Gigged.
God. Yeah.
This is going to be the whole theme
It
of the
would have-
stream.
It would have
Yep.
been even better if I would have said that it is a very hard tongue.
Oh, giggity.
Oh yeah.
You're digging yourself in the deeper hole, Foxy.
No, I'm not digging myself I'm not digging
Oh
myself
yeah, a
deeper.
hard tongue.
Yeah, a hard tongue. Yeah.
I believe the term of
Oh God,
phrase
maybe that would be a God.
is-
Just don't tell me that there is going to be like a move or something which would be like a taunt called hard tongue. No.
Dom,
I
put
mean-
it in there.
I mean, I wasn't planning on it, but now that you mention it, new hold added to the game. Hard tongue.
Yes.
Oh God. What I was gonna say was that we have something to celebrate. Taking him a good while, but he's been working his butt off. Ladies and gentlemen, Fox is here, over 200 followers on Twitch. Hey! Now the grind
Yes.
to 300.
Yeah, now the grind to 300.
And I hate it.
I don't hate it. I see it more like a challenge. It's
I mean-
like when you are reaching for the stars. It's like, it's like you're working your way into next pay-per-view.
Like you're working your way to enlightenment into the next level of like life and things.
Yes.
Well, I agree. I was just making a joke, really.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Besides, with the coughing challenge, all's good.
Yeah.
It's just like the fact I did 4 gyms in one day and I finally beat the steel gym. After
Hey.
Sweet.
that gym was painful when you just have coughing. The fact that you're poison type but can't use poison moves on steel type Pokemon, and then the only other moves that you have are Smokescreen, Thief, and what was it? Smokescreen, Thief, and Rollout. Bearing in mind that the last Pokemon that Jasmine has is a Steelix, who is ground steel, who is 4 times resistant to Rollout.
Mm.
Yeah. Painful. And that's just for Magnemites.
Yes.
But I did it, and I'm a happy boy, and I can actually play the game, which is
Woo!
good. Very good. Trying to think if any other Ring Warriors based thing happened. Sadly, no. Apart from those updates. Yeah, that's it. And those little hints as to what's coming soon. I know that because I'm going through the table one by one, there will be changes to some of the 100 championship powers I have made.
Ooh.
Just slight changes because I think most of them are still pretty darn good, which is absolutely fine. I think one of the big things we're going to be looking at, I might be adding more gimmicks. That's one thing. Maybe adding more options to what you can do with your wrestle points.
Huh? Because there's points and the
There you
point.
go.
Yes.
Give it more of a point to use them. And the other thing, we're going to have even... What I'm probably going to do is we are going to completely update how the match explanations are to fully break down what these matches are, how to win them, and in what way to win them. The how to play section, which gives you a little trick as to how you run it as a GM, will definitely stay in. Might even flesh those out a little bit more to make it somewhat easier. But this is just going to make it a heck of a lot easier for GMs making the matches that they want to make. Specifically when it comes to some of the more interesting match types, like the timed match, where you have a certain amount of turns to win or else. The unsanctioned match, where it gives you the chance to basically say, well, your match was unsanctioned. Even if you win, it doesn't count. Because it's the whole idea that wins matter in wrestling. And your wins matter in the game. Because if you win, you're closer to that next level up. If you lose, you're not. So you don't want to risk losing, and you want to do everything you want to do to win. So, wins matter. Now I've made it even more important. Aha. Of course, tables match, Steel Asylum match was basically the steel cage match without having to do the steel cage. Oh no, Steel Asylum is for Hell in a Cell. Then we have the cage match. That's just steel cage match. The ladder match, which I thought was a great success when we did it with when we did it with Evie's character, AJ.
Yeah.
Apart from my dice rolls,
Yes.
but we won't talk about that.
That was crazy.
The on a pole match, which I'm interested in trying at some point. The tether match, which would be really, really interesting. Over the top rope, the battle royal matches. And you can bet your bottom dollar at some point there may or may not be a 30-man Royal Rumble.
Ooh.
It might be
Nice.
the biggest undertaking in role-playing history. And you better believe it, if the game gets big enough where we get to do this show live in front of an audience, I am going to have a Royal Rumble where the audience participate. And they will be randomly drawn from a hat to represent the 30 representatives in the Royal Rumble.
Oh my god.
And if that Royal Rumble happens, I want to be there live in
Oh, hell
the
yeah.
flesh.
Oh, definitely. We'll make that happen. That'll be fun. Let me see. Lumberjack match, which we've done, which
Yep.
is quite fun. You can.
It was quite fun.
Then we have Gauntlet match, which would be very interesting to do, which is fighting one opponent one after the other without any rest time.
Oh man.
The multi-stage match, which, if you are a fan of the WWE, is the very short-lived 3 stages of hell match, which is the whole idea of you have three matches, and you have to win 2 out of 3 of those matches back to back of one another. But if one of you wins the first match, it goes to the second match. If the other person wins the second match, it goes to the final match. And normally it scales up in toughness. So in most cases, it's like a normal match next to a no disqualification match, next to a steel cage match, for example. Or you can have some really mad ones, like I know some people did in some of the WWE games, where you have a normal match, then you have a Hell in a Cell match, and then you have a 30-minute Iron Man match. That's cruel, and I don't like it, Johnny. Bit of personal It's fair. On top of that, we also then have the specialty matches. Some of these we've seen, some about to see, others haven't quite seen yet. The death match, which of course Foxy is now a master of. Of course he is.
Of course.
The shark cage match, which of course Levan is going to be a part of against Mike Jaws. The volcano match, where you chuck your opponent into an actual volcano. Because that's fun. We have I might even be changing the concept of that match so that it's not specifically called a volcano match, but it might just be I might be calling it something like the Dark Abyss match, where it's simply you make a match where you have to win, you must throw your opponent into a insurmountable something. Be that a volcano, a whirlpool, a black hole, a deep dark hole in the middle of nowhere, a big pile of ice cream. It could be anything. Furby, not the ice cream one though. That actually sounds really good.
That does sound tasty.
That does sound very tasty.
Yes.
The explosion match, which we did the test of at one time, which that was fun.
Yes.
A match that I really, really, really want to try, which is the Chamber of Pain, which is based off of the WWE's Elimination Chamber, where you have 6 participants. Every participant rolls some of the wording needs to be changed because I instantly see a D20 and I'm like, oh no. But every participant rolls for initiative like they normally would. But then on top of that, everyone rolls 1d4. No, everyone will roll 1d6, I should say, to determine their entry number. And if anyone matches their numbers, we do other things in order to fix that out. Basically, until we have an order from 1 to 6. That can even be sorted with the initiative rolls if the initiative rolls are varied enough. And basically, whoever pulled entrant 5 and 6 start the match. And then after 1d4 rounds, which is the 2 of them taking turns, when both of them have finished their turn, that's 1 round. After 1d4 rounds, the next participant comes in. Then the next one. Then the next one. Until everyone's in the match. And then it can go from a 2-man into a 6-man, free-for-all, beat 'em up. Which can be quite crazy. Really crazy. And then one match that I'm interested on trying out just for the sake of testing it, as well as just seeing if I can potentially cause some heated arguments with the party. The Feast or Fired match, which is a direct reference to the TNA equivalent, which I believe is still going, but I know TNA is still going, but I don't know if the match is still going or not. Where basically you have 4 participants in a regular fatal 4-way match. As every participant gets eliminated, they roll 1d4 in order to... No, they pick a number between 1 and 4, and they take the appropriate briefcase. Then at the end of a match, whoever won the match can decide to take the last briefcase or take anyone else's briefcase. And then everyone opens their cases up. And the cases can hold such things as 1,000 WrestleBucks, a championship match, a piece of equipment of their choosing, or, and one of them has the worst case scenario, being a contract stating that the wrestler must retire with immediate effect and cannot wrestle professionally ever again. Basically, my way of saying your character's not dead, but you're not wrestling anytime soon, so... Ha-ha! Roll a new one. Well, I say roll a new one, but in the how to play section, I did write a little thing as to how you can incorporate the match in a way so that you can basically say, okay, so you pulled the contract that means you had to retire straight away. there might be a way you can get your contract back, be that by shady means or by earning your respect back to get that revoked. Like you add it in a role play sense in order to, so that if a player isn't too happy that they've lost their wrestler, you can have them keep their wrestler but role play it back into the story. Whilst if they lost the match and they're like, okay, I'll just roll a new wrestler, you're like, all right, saves me the hassle of having to do some hard role play. Roll a new one. It gives you options. It gives your player options. And at the end of the day, you will have to work closely with the player that loses to make sure that it isn't a hard loss or they understand that there are still options. You're not cast out completely. It just means that you may want to consider one or the other. Sorted. And then, of course, I'll do a quick update on the unique enemy races, which are the Arax, Cybernetics, Devilkin, the Dusk, which we haven't seen yet, the Giants that we haven't seen yet, Urchins that we haven't seen yet, everyone's favourite, the Mouflon.
Yes.
Which everyone wants to see, and I'm might be working on something.
Mouflon.
The Robonoids, the Sentai, and of the Solons, and the Snatchers, and the Zeitgeists. Tons and tons of stuff coming into the game. And I'm currently bearing in mind there's still a lot of work to be done, and there's quite a lot of space between some of the major sections, so take these pages with a grain of salt. I am currently sitting at 161 pages.
Ooh.
Which is hype, and I don't know why I just closed the manual down when I am for the actual game, you freaking moron. So, I hope everyone is feeling hypes.
Yes,
Yes.
I am so hyped.
Especially because Foxy has no idea who his opponent is.
Yeah, I have no idea whatsoever.
It's a shame, really, because I had to completely remake your encounter for
Okay.
the Bermuda Triangle. Because you kind of clocked onto what my original idea was, and I'm like,
Damned.
Oh.
you killed the surprise, and
Oh.
so
That's what I do. I have quite good perceptive skills, not kills.
I don't know. I don't know. Look at your kill ratio so far in Ring Warriors. You have the highest
Yeah,
body
well,
count.
true. And D&D.
And
Yeah,
D&D.
Saying that though, Beitois, I'll give you one word.
Mhm.
Paladin.
Yeah, I literally hate paladins.
Like, he literally hates paladins because of me. I made him hate paladins. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Right. What I am going to quickly do, though, because even though there's only two of us in here, we only need us two to get the ball rolling with tonight's stuff. Because Vinny is going to be a little bit more delayed and Evie's not going to be here this evening. So, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to grab me a drink. We're going to come back. And when we're back, it's game time, boys!
Woo!
It's going to be fun. You don't want to miss out on the hard and awesome... Why am I saying hard? God damn it, Foxy. You and your hard...
He said hard.
You and your hard...
It is, it is my job to corrupt the minds of people.
But really, I'm the one pulling behind the strings of corruption. I mean, what?
It's
Mm.
actually not far from the truth. But
This is not far from the truth.
We'll be back in a mo. Grab your dice and get ready to roll. We'll be back in a moment.
If I bleed
looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do. There was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the nightmare. But when I stopped to see those eyes begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes down to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try it. If I bleed tonight, if I am dead tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home. When I'm no way to go, no one I can see through at the side of the light. I can see my life is crap. I have to see them too. I just live into my world, far from the pain, the feel. Just out of reach of desire, was not aware of the start of hell. But when I stop to see those eyes begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try. If I bleed tonight, if I am dead tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home. I was so wrong, I was so blind, I was so dumb and out of time. I was so wrong, I was so blind, I was so If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, if I'm so tired tonight, I'll fall asleep when I'm home. When I'm home. I was just so far from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do. There was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the nightmare. But when I stopped to see those eyes begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes down to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try it. If I bleed tonight, if I am dead tonight, I don't just on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the nightmare. But when I stopped to see those eyes begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've gotta try it. If I bleed tonight, if I am dead tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I wake tonight, I'm so tired tonight, I'm falling asleep when I'm home. When I'm no way to go, no one I can see through that shine of the light. I can see my life is crap, I have to see them too. I just live into my world, far from the pain, the feel. Just out of reach of desire, was not aware of the start of hell. But when I stop to see those eyes begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes now to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've gotta try. If I bleed tonight, if I am dead tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I wake tonight, I'm so tired tonight, I'm falling asleep when I'm home. I was so wrong, I was so blind, I was so dumb and out of time. I was so wrong, I was so blind, I was so If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I wake tonight, I'm so tired tonight, I'm falling asleep when I'm home. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if
Ooh, yeah. Right, ladies and gents, we're back with styling and profiling. Got my drinkies in my hand, and we are ready to actually play some Rune Warriors. Yeah.
Woo!
So good. So, a little bit of a recap as to if you guys didn't know. We are currently in the Bermuda Triangle, with the guys participating in another pay-per-view. The biggest one they've been in so far, especially for Lavanya. As in the main event, it is Lavanya Wreckable versus Mike Jaws for the World Hardcore Championship in a shark cage match. We haven't quite gotten there yet, as Erg has now claimed the High Mountain Championship off of his old pal Grunk. We have had Artemis Quartz, played by Evie, gone toe-to-toe with AJ, who the party have known prior to the pay-per-view, in a ladder match in order to claim the Hand of Fate Championship. And now, with those matches down, there are two more remaining. A main event, and an event we are unsure of, being the match of Liam Cyber O'Reilly.
Yes.
So, Artemis at this moment in time comes back into the changing room that has a huge busted door because everybody decided
Somebody.
They decided to drop kick the door and chase after a weird person that they may or may not have known. But walking in with a letter that they read in the previous session that basically goes into detail as to who this person was, how happy they are, but they can't interact with them just yet because there are problems. Being from their old friend Agatha, but Artemis is going to try doing what Artemis normally does, which is to come into the room with letter in hand and just simply try to sit down and make it so that nothing happened at all.
Ooh. Plot twist. There is stuff happening. I mean, what?
Like,
Okay, yeah.
Erg's going to just look at the door and just be like, good smash.
Let's look at the door.
As he's admiring the smash effect of the door, you have the stagehand come by again, who looks at the door just to think, my god, just remind me to never piss off you guys. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was unfortunate event that happened.
Well, it's for Sharkon's problem. I don't know about you. I'm just here to make some money. Okay.
Yep.
Who's next? Okay, here we go. We have the here we are. Match involving Liam Cyber O'Reilly.
Yes, that is me.
Okay, boss, follow me. It's match time.
Yep. Let's go.
Good luck out there, Liam.
Thank
Try
you.
not to kill the poor guy that's against you.
No promises. Depends how he acts. He or she. I don't know.
Erg would just go. I have one word of advice. Suplex.
Okay.
Simple. While Artemis kind of looks up, gives you like one of those, like upward, yeah, go get him, gestures, and then just goes back down into themselves, just focused on what that letter said to them. And it is time. You are led down the corridor, brought up to the curtain. The guy waiting to send you in. He just goes, okay, and we want you out there in 3, 2, 1. It's your show, big boy. And they push you through the curtains. How are you going to enter the ring?
Liam has his normal long leather coat. And it is going to be... Wait a minute. I think I sent you the link to the song, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you did. It's on the Spotify playlist, which you can totally find today and follow it for all those wrestling Spotify tunes. And I believe if I just flick over to it, yes, there it is. P. Hamar from Termian Kate.
Something finished, probably.
Can you paste it in the Ring Warriors chat? So just take yeah. Oh yeah, it's Pyhamaa by Turmion Kätilöt, which is basically it just means holy ground by the Ruins Midwives.
Nice.
It is an awesome song.
That's pretty cool.
Which I am there we go. Let's queue it up on my end as well.
Whoop.
And I will be walking in to the arena and then actually considering waiting for the right time to beat the drop and then just run up to the ring and going almost like Sin Cara into the ring.
Ah, nice. Like oversized jump. Whoa! Into the ring.
Yeah.
Very nice. But let's find out how people reacted to your entrance. Tash!
Hello.
D12, please.
1d12 coming right up. It's an 8.
They like it. A couple of people are kind of exhausted after the ladder match, but quite a few amount of people are still pretty hyped. You still get the odd couple of guys where they're just like, "Fairy guy? Oh no!" But that's about it. You're always going to get a few. Always.
Yeah, and also there is Liam just clocks on into it and just points at them.
Oh,
You know, I can kick your ass for that.
oh. They immediately just go,
Oh,
retract a little bit. But as you point, as you intimidate, as you strike, the lights seem to be going in quite a flurry around the place, as if they are representing glitter. And then
All right.
out on the stage, you see someone that is cloaked from head to toe in a big black, like what seems to just be a black throw over, where you can't see their attire at all. It's just them wrapped up, covered up. And then as the music just strikes during their entrance, they just throw that black cloak off as if they're doing one of those like grab clothes, all clothes come off to reveal their true outfit sort of style anime throw. And as they throw that off, the person reveals themselves. It's someone you immediately recognize.
Oh.
A fellow Azarian.
Oh.
But not a red fox. A pale fox Azarian.
Oh.
Now, before I continue the entrance, roll me a smarts check to see if you remember this person. And Lavanya, if you want to, you can roll a smarts check to see if you've ever seen this person.
Okay, so D12. My smarts is, I want to say, +4 or 5?
Ooh.
Just so you know how the checks now work, the checks are a D6 plus your mods.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
D6, okay. Yeah, it was, hang on. What my modifier is, which one? For
Smart.
yeah, like it's just like, yeah, I know I have my character sheet up, like it's just like,
I got it somewhere. Shut up.
yeah.
It's 4.
Okay, so it is smart. Oh, it's +4. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so plus that, it's a 7.
It's 7 for you, and what
10.
Oh, fantastic. Let's start with Lavanya. So you're 7. You have seen this person before, but not in a wrestling sense. You've seen them on newspapers. You've seen like what seems to be little glimpses of them in newspapers. And not the best kind. You remember this person when, like, you may not remember the full article because it was one of those stories where it didn't seem interesting to you at the time. But
I was a kid when that happened, so
yeah, like you were mainly concentrating on the comic section because, of course, it's the comic section. But you specifically remember an image very similar to how this Azarian looks, next to what seemed to be the word thief.
What word was that?
Thief.
Thief. Oh.
As for you, Liam,
Mm-hmm.
you remember clear as day who this person is.
Mm-hmm.
You recall back to when you were in the wars as the master hacker themselves. You remember when you were hired to go on a very specific and tough mission. Mission in question, if I just get my info to find me a bit, because I've written this all down somewhere. Here we are. The mission was to break the unbreakable code, known as the Enigma Code,
Yes.
which you were successful in doing. But in order to break the Enigma Code, you needed to break that code at the same time that a thief was infiltrating a lockdown compound in order, because you see, you getting rid of the code allowed them to gather a very important piece of information that was required to win the war. That thief, who you worked closely with at that time, is this wrestler.
Sweet.
The wrestler that you know, and the people have known to know in the wrestling world, as the Quantum Thief, Lara Murray.
Ooh.
Nice.
And as she reveals herself, her outfit is kind of like glistening like stars. She's got like these big long armbands on both her ends with star motifs on them. She's got like a sports bra like thing at the top in order to be like nice and easy for her, with a nice pair of tights that are simple black with a single purple streak going down them. And she just simply runs down to the ring, does a very similar entrance to you with the whole Sin Cara jump-in thing. But when she jumps in, she just does a couple of artsy flips before landing in the ring, lands on both of her feet, and just simply stares at you, giving you a wink and a kiss.
Oh, hello. We meet again. And I see you still have your flair.
Liam O'Reilly. Still calling yourself Cyber O'Reilly, are you?
We'll see after the match.
The funny thing is, you could break that code, but you could never break other things. Know what I mean? And then with that shaped up, the referee just comes on over, gives you guys the main breakdown. It's like, okay, well, a nice straightforward match. No cheeky business, no bad business, and I swear to God, if I get any bad business, I'm watching porn when I get home. Okay, let's go. Because he's having a bad day, bless him. Looks over to the bell guy. Ding, ding, ding. Match beginner. Let's roll. Who goes first?
And before that, I will use my masked power and use use it for see how much cunning I have with advantage with favor stat.
Nice. And the funny thing is, so will she.
And that's 5.
I'm just gathering my bits together. Right. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Right, got all that. On that. I will do that.
Oh, by the way, I need the move list.
And okay. Lara rolled a 4 for starting bits.
I rolled masked power uses 5, but I will.
How did you
now...
roll 5 on a D4?
Oh, it's a D4
Yes.
now. Okay.
Yeah, we reduced it because it was way too overpowered. Look at you being
Okay.
cheeky, trying to use the old Using the old character sheet things. Ooh.
Oh.
Well, I am a fox.
True
So-
that, you dirty boy. Right.
Okay, let's roll that again. Well, that's still a 4.
Not bad.
No, it's not. Just a moment. I will update things here. So, like that. And let's. It was with D12, correct?
Yeah, so just roll a flat d12. Determine who goes first.
That's a 5.
Mm-hmm. Lovely. Get 5. And okay, you start things off.
Okay. And right. I still need the move list. Just a moment. I'll get it from the Discord.
No
Open
worries.
it up.
If you've got the most recent wrestler's manual, the move list is actually at the bottom of the list.
Oh, okay. Then that's a different story. I shall open it up. Oh crap. That's the wrong way to be. There we are. And then the Discord here and the move list will be shown here. I have 3 screens and it might not be enough soon. I think I would need a 4th screen.
I've got 3 screens I can't not use.
Okay. Let's go all the way to the end. Let's see.
Do, 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 do.
Those are holds. These are slams.
First time I've ever seen Foxy iffy what he wants to do. Bloody hell.
My God.
This is the most I've ever seen you plan for anything. Half the time it's like, move here, shoot crossbow, get stealthed. That's my turn.
Yeah.
Do I roll sneak attack die? The question everyone asks.
Yes. Let's actually go with the bulldog.
Oh, okay. So to start things off then, to get that bulldog.
Actually,
Ooh.
inverted bulldog.
Oh, so just running out and just going like back of a head onto the floor instead of the front of a head. I
Yes.
like. Okay, you charge as soon as that bell rings, dashing at Lara with the hopes of, nah, I got this. Whoa! But is that bulldog gonna land? Let's have a looky. Roll me that attack, please.
So the 12 plus, I believe it's cunning.
Yep.
So let's see. Oh wow, that's 23.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Holy crap. Now, with that 23, was that a... Did you hit 12 or...
I hit 11.
Oh, but 20...
It was like plus 12? What?
Yeah, because cunning with favor.
Oh, you're using one of your Mars Power rolls.
Yes.
Ah, now it makes sense. Okay, well, that completely trounces her. You dash on in, and as you dash on in, it's like as if you know instinctively what you're going to be doing, grabbing her face from the front and driving it downward in such a way so that as you go to the sit-down position, bulldog, but inverted. So now she gets her face full of hand and a great view of the top of the stadium while the back of her head just smashes against the mat. Roll me some damage, please. No, actually, with moves now, you don't roll damage. It's just because you've hit, that is your cunning stats worth of damage. So that is, she will take, I believe your cunning is 8?
Yes.
6. Okay, she takes 8 points of damage. Right. Oh, actually, no, you used Mars Power, didn't you?
Yes.
12.
Yes.
12 points of damage. Lovely stuff. Okay, a good one. Now, you do have sequence. You can keep going
And
if you want.
also, I almost forgot
Oh.
one thing.
Oh.
Oh. This doesn't actually... does it actually work? Smart's buff. +1 for first 3 attacks for the next encounter.
Yes. Because you did have that.
Okay. Yes. So, let's see. What?
So she is in a downed position because of that successful attack. Well done.
Let's go with mountain bomb.
Ooh.
Mountain bomb, you said, yeah?
Yes.
Mountain bomb. Oh, lush. The friggin' back body drop, backbreaker, friggin' craziness. I love it. Okay, so you've slammed him onto the ground, but as a response to that, you've helped her get back up to her feet again. And as you do, it's like, woo! Attempt to go for the swing into the mountain bomb. But does it work? Another attack, please.
Yes. And I believe it's with cunning as well.
Yep, that is.
That's 13.
Okay, let's have a butchers of her bits. 13. That matches her AC, so she gets a chance to potentially counter it. Let's see if she does. So countering has now changed slightly as well. More so if they match ACs. If they match ACs, basically she has to roll the exact same roll you did against it. If she can somehow roll higher than 13, she's able to counter.
Yes.
Oh no. Oh no. No,
Anyway.
I bet what's going to happen is that it's going to roll absolute garbage for like Liam, but then by the time it gets to my match, you're just going to like thrash me.
Crits. He crits.
Yeah.
He crits twice. Yeah. I want to do a thing where he has to roll a save. What's the requirement? DC 10. He rolled 30.
Woof.
That'd be crazy. No, that's she fails that, so your attack definitely hits.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, big swing for Mountain Baumer, big slambly as it slams onto the mat, dealing her that damage again. That this time was that using your mass power again, or are you choosing not to
Yes.
use it this time? It is lovely. That will be another 12.
So does the damage actually use my masked power counters?
So if you use mass power for the attack, it's the same thing. So you don't use two, one for the attack, one for damage. It's one for the whole thing.
Good. I still have 2 left.
That okay. Okie dokie. Mountain Bomb slams pretty darn hard as she is down onto the floor. Is there anything else you wish to do, or is that going to be all?
Liam will get up
Hey.
and go a little look at her
Hey.
and then just walk to a corner and keep eye on her.
Alrighty. You walk over to the corner with your eyes fixated, making sure that any move she does make, you anticipate.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen now is it is her turn. She is going to. Oh, excuse me. She's going to use half her move action to step up. So she gets up from the downed position. As she does, she looks over, is feeling that pain a little bit, but looks over to you with this big smirk on her face, and looks over to you, and then just goes, "Still got that touch, haven't you?"
Maybe.
Now let's see if I've still got this touch. And she seems to dash towards you.
Mm-hmm.
As she does, roll me a smart save,
Okay.
which would be a d6 plus your smarts.
That's a 10.
Okie dokie. Just about made the save, so well done. As you roll that save, you had to blink a couple of times because as she was running towards you, it looked as if there were like a couple of versions of her at one point that made you think, what the hell's going on? But then you had a really good like double blink session, and no, but you can only see one. It's fine. Not sure what came over you, but whatever it was nothing. You're alright. But she's still charging at you. And because you're against that corner, she's hoping to run you in with a clothesline to dig you deep into that corner. Let's have a look. 2. And what was your AC? Just
13.
13. Okay, so we have. Ooh, she rolls a 13.
Ooh.
Counter opportunity, Liam.
Yes.
Roll 13 or higher.
So
that would be using your cunning on that one.
Okay. Now I'm using my normal cunning. And that's a 13!
Oh! Now what do we do, Dom? Now what do we do? No, I'm joking. Because you rolled a 13, I've got to roll it again.
Yes.
Basically keeps going back and forth until someone wins it. So let's have a look. Is it? It's a 13.
Oh, what?
Here we go.
Ah!
Oh. 8. That's a 12.
Ooh, not quite.
Not
So-
quite, not quite.
So she charges at you, and as she does, she kind of like throws her feet through the ring ropes, and as she does, just whips her arm out and clotheslines you into the corner turnbuckle. Your back feeling the pressure of the turnbuckle pads, while the front of you feels the weight of her arm just smacking against you. You will take 8 points of damage.
Okay. So that's... I'm down to 47 HP.
Okay. And as you are pushed into the corner, you don't necessarily see her straight away as she's like gone through the ring ropes and set herself up behind you. As she seems to try and take your arm backwards through the ring ropes and attempts to grab your other arm through the other ring ropes in order to try something really nuts. Let's have a look and see if this works. That is a 14 against your AC.
That goes through.
Alright. On that 14, this is her climax move.
Oh.
As she effectively grabs your arm and pulls it through one of the ring ropes, grabs your other arm on the other side, pulls that through the ring ropes, and ties them both together along with her body, which also wraps around your neck with one of her legs, as she calls this the quantum lock.
Nice.
And as you are in that lock, this deals a whoppadoodah. Okay. That does a whopping 19 points of damage.
Oh, wow.
It is a climax move after all, so it's going to be quite devastating.
Yeah.
That 19
Yes.
points of damage. And I'm sorry to say, Foxy, you have harm on your next attack.
Okay.
But after she has put you into the quantum lock, it flicks over to your turn.
Mm-hmm.
And now with how locks work, or how holds work,
Mm-hmm.
you've got to get out of this hold to do your bits. Or, if you can somehow incorporate this hold into a move, I'll let you do it.
Okay. Hmm. I am actually going to use Gathering of the Pack.
Oh, lovely. Gathering of the pack, gonna get back. Would help if I actually had the... Oh, I want the manual, not my change log. Okay. Explanation of the skills. Here we are. That's an elf. A dwarf. Do a dwarf. Do a dwarf. Do a dwarf. No, this is it. This is it. So, gathering of a pack. Red Fox. Call on an ally to assist you with the check you make, letting you roll a +2. This can be used for both checks and saves. If used during combat, this skill has a 1d4 cooldown. Right, so what are you using Gathering of a Pack for?
I am using it to call out an audience member
Nice.
to get her off me.
Ooh. Ooh.
Am I in the audience?
A wild
Maybe.
Urg appeared.
Yes.
You have a look into the audience and you notice Urg in the front row for some reason.
Yes.
What?
It was like he was there all along, but he actually managed to score his stealth check again, so you didn't notice.
Yes.
No one did.
Erg used stealth rock. It was super effective.
There you go. And so you basically look at Urg and just go, "Get me out of here."
Yes.
Erg just jumps over the barricade and tries to untangle you, helping you with your release check. So this will be a power check +2 because you have Erg's assistance.
Mhm.
That'll be
On
D6
D6
plus power +2.
So that makes it +4, and that's a 5.
Not enough.
Ow.
As much as Erg's quite strong, he's not the smartest when it comes to intricate binding of the bodies. As he's more so looking at this situation going, okay, what's appropriate to touch, what's not appropriate to touch?
In typical Erg fashion, I am completely missing of context.
So, with that in mind, you are still caught in the hold,
Mhm.
and at this time, because the referee sees Erg trying to help you out, he's just looking over and just goes, "Hey, what you think you're doing?" As he just jumps out of the ring in order to move Erg back over the barricade where the audience is.
I just flashed my title belt at him.
No.
As the ref is distracted,
Yeah, here we go.
I will bite her to get out.
You cheeky sod, I knew you were going to think of something. Right, here we go. You're being smart with this, because it's very smart to take advantage of a referee being occupied. With that in mind, D12 plus your smarts to inflict that bite.
1d12 plus power.
Smarts.
Smarts.
Because we're doing this a bit
So-
differently. Because you're being smart about it.
Yes. That's a 17.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yep.
Was that on a 12 or was that on something else?
That was 11 plus 6.
Okay, nice. You bite, and as you bite down onto Lara, it just goes, "Ah! Oh, you dirty!" As she just releases off of you. The bite itself, dealing. Let's have a look. It dealt. Am I right in saying your smarts is 5 or 6?
6.
So you take 6 points of damage.
Yes.
Place that down to that much. Lovely. You've been released from the hold. You can move out, free yourself, stretch a little bit as Lara, being forced to release it all, is on the other side of the ropes, just looking at her arm going, "Oh, you left a mark!"
Do not come too close to my... Liam, actually, you never seen him being angry
Oh, really?
like this. And Liam actually snarls.
Ooh.
Like,
Time when Erg in the stands just hastily pulls out a really badly written sign that says "Do not pet."
I love it.
look at that sign in the audience. And Liam will go with turnbuckle thrust.
Oh, you be like this. Okay. Turbo Flustiger. Yes. Oh yeah, lovely stuff. Right, turnbuckle first. You basically see a perfect opportunity and think, this is smart. Charge at them, going for it. Roll me that attack.
Yes, so it's smart.
It is smart.
I believe. Yes. So let's see what happens. That's a 7
It does do a lot.
with natural 1.
Ooh. Okay, with that being a natural 1, no damage is dealt, but effectively you charge at her, hoping for the best, and if anything, you're thrust, because normally it requires a surface behind it. She sees you coming, moves out of the way, and you're like, huh? You literally thrust yourself outside of the ring. Well done. And if you give me 2 seconds, I literally just have to jump to the loo and back because Mother Nature does not stick time constraints, and I hate
To be exact, so do I.
Fair enough. Quick loo break! Quick!
Yes.
Tash, update Vinny on what we've done so far.
Well, after Artemis more or less comes back from chasing the mysterious person who, I guess, kind of like been spying on them, sort of thing. Like she receives a letter, which more or less says, like, "Hey, I'm glad you're doing okay, but the reason why we can't see, interact with each other yet is because there's some bad juju going on my end. Don't come looking for me." So Artemis is more like, okay, go back to the changing room to sort of read the letter. Then Liam more or less was called up for his match, but in doing so, he recognizes his opponent as Lala Larray or something along the lines. And essentially, she was, I suppose, an old acquaintance that he worked with once upon a time during the wars. And she was known to be and she was known as the Quantum Thief. So I guess she just stole shit and stuff from time to time, sort of thing. I don't know. But yeah,
Just
they're
stole
facing
shit,
off
yeah.
against each other. Yes.
There you go.
Yes. There we go.
Thank you.
Lovely. And with that,
Yes.
it's Lara's time to shine. Foxy basically threw himself outside the ring. Lara's going to take advantage of this by using the ring ropes that she is on and jumping onto said ring ropes and doing a slingshot moonsault from the ring ropes onto Foxy and see if that lands. Have a look. That involving the cunning. That is a 15 versus his AC. From what Foxy told me earlier, will hit. But I will wait until Foxy's back before I calculate damage.
Hmm.
So slingshot. Hit. Lovely. In the meantime, how's the meal, Vinny?
It was lovely. Absolutely lovely, but I'm stuffed now.
Lovely. Go anywhere fancy or?
Went to the Chinese buffet in Bedford.
Oh, yeah. Was that the
Mandu. Yeah.
dragon one?
No, Mandu. The one.
Oh,
near the train
Mandu.
station. Absolutely delicious.
Lovely stuff. How's your other half doing? Is she all right?
She's all right, and she recommends the wonton soup if you're not feeling well.
Nice.
Make you feel much better.
Or makes you feel a 1 ton better. Oh, whoa!
Yeah. Yeah.
And let's get back into it.
Hey, there he is. So I'm afraid to tell you, Foxy, I've rolled my bits. Lara is committing to a slingshot moonsault from the ropes.
Wasn't
onto
it my sequence?
That's a point. It's still your turn. I do apologise. Keep going. You have chucked yourself out of a ring, so she's on the apron at the moment.
Yes. Let's go to... Oh, that would look so cool, but it's basically physically impossible to do on an apron. Oh, but I am outside of the ring.
Yes.
Okay. Well then, I will. Liam will go with Savate kick.
Ooh. Get my kicks in order. Kiku, and Kiku. No, actually go to the kicks. Here we are. Ready. Woo. Here we are. Kick, that's a super kick. Soul kick. Drop kick. The leg sweep. Savate, there it is. Struck your opponent with your rear foot. Oh, damn. So with the Savate, you see her on that apron and you're like, let's get her off it. Savate kick onto her. See if that will trip her off. Let's have a look. Roll that attack, please.
Yes. And
Savate.
I'm going to use one of my my masked powers, so
Okay.
leaving me with one.
Lovely.
And that is going to be 21.
Oh shit. With that, you do indeed hit. And with that very solid hit, she loses her footing and does indeed fall onto the mat alongside you outside of the ring, but not without taking another 12 points of damage. Yeah. Okay, very good. Anything else you wish to do, or is that all?
Liam will take a little distance.
Hey.
And go a little bit like behind the corner, so if she is running towards Liam, she cannot run in straight line.
Okie dokie. Makes sense to me. You're going to stay outside the ring, are you?
Actually, I'm going into the ring.
Okay, fair enough. You use the rest of your move to dash back into that ring, leaving Lara on the outside on the floor. During the interim, I'm going to let Dash.
Hello.
Can you roll me a d4, please?
Okay. 2.
Okay, with that 2, the referee sees you come in, sees Lara on the outside. 1, 2, and starts calling her out as a ring out. So look, it is her turn. She's in a down position. She's going to get up from that down position with half of her move. With the rest of her moves, going to go onto the apron again. And as she goes onto the apron, she's going to try and flip over the top rope, and using the momentum off of that flip, go for another clothesline for you, but a really hard one. See how this does. Oof! Oh my lord. That is an 18 versus your AC.
Yeah, it hits.
Stuff. So she basically flips over, smash, right into you. You feel the full brunt of that one, taking 8 points of damage.
Yes.
And as a response to that, it doesn't hit you perfectly, so you're still standing. It's absolutely fine.
Mhm.
And as you stand, she's going to like it for you. It feels as if she's pondering for a while as to what to do next, but for the crowd, it pretty much happens instantaneously. My way of saying. And then as she looks at you, she thinks it's only fair she does for one thing that she wouldn't mind actually doing. What was her? That's like, oh, I like. She's going to look at you, and
Mhm.
she's going to attempt to wrap her hand around your throat. That's right, it's the classic. She's trying to go for a chokeslam.
Ooh.
Have a looky at this. So that is plus A. E. That's her things. Okay. So that is that. The 15 versus your AC.
Yes, it hits.
Okay. This isn't any ordinary chokeslam. This is a
Mhm.
free fall chokeslam.
Okay.
So she grabs you by the throat, whips your arm over, lifts you up as high as she can, and effectively just slowly tilts until she lets her natural force of gravity take you both diving down onto the mat. Smish! And as it smashes, that will deal. Just have a look. So I'm flicking in between different Word documents. As that smashes, that will deal 6 points of damage.
Yes.
And as a bonus function, since you are downed in an upright position, she's going to immediately try to hold you for a pinfall.
Okay.
Now, you have all your saves at this point because you're not at 0 HP. So you effectively start rolling your d12. I had to think about things because I've realised that maybe having it from 10, only succeeding on a 10, 11, and 12 might be a bit too cool. So we are now making it so that anything that is a 6 or lower is a fail. Anything above 6 is a success. But if you ever roll a 12, it's an instant success and you get back up.
All right. That's a 10.
Lovely. Just immediately like, what? Not even with one count. Boof! Just knock straight out of it. Nah, there ain't no way. What a cheeky mix she is trying to get in on that. Trying to get in on that. That's not too happy about it. But she is just going to get up, brush some things off, and just goes, I guess it isn't going to be that easy, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay, it is now your turn. But as it flicks over to your turn, Vinny!
Yes.
Roll me a d12 and let's see what the audience think of this match so far.
It's a 1.
Oh, a match of this caliber. A match where two old allies become rivals. And yet this audience hate it. You just start, like, they've just witnessed a ladder match, and you've got people shouting at you guys just going, hey, I didn't come here for a wrestling match, I came here for a bloodbath. Where are my tables? And you just have everyone in the crowd just going, table, 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 table. Just begging
Just
for
turn to the
tables.
people next to me and tap them on the shoulder like, excuse me.
Like they're vying for blood. They want it to be brutal, even though they realise it is a regular, no regular with disqualification single match. I don't think we're going to get what they want, but you might be able to sneak it in if you wanted to. Their hatred is building, but never mind that. It's your turn.
Yes. Well, at this time, Liam will do a thing, and he is going to be doing the lovely double knee.
Oh, the double knee. Right,
Yes.
doubles. That's twice the amount of knee. Regularly need. It's interesting. Double knee. Getting up from your down position, you stare her down, and it's like, nah, you're taking this. Double knee! And you dash those
Yes.
knees into her, but will they collide? One with the attack for it.
Yes. And because I have my championship belt, they say strong style should be feared for its visceral damage. You are the personification of that. From level 1, your elbow and knee strikes will roll damage with your favor stat equal to your cunning per encounter.
And it would be that.
Yes.
I have, if you were listening, well, you weren't here when I started talking. Been an update with the strong styler.
Okay.
It's not a big change with hard and fast.
Mm-hmm.
Elbow knee strike. Oh no, it's basically still the same. That's fine. Go
So
for
it's
it.
it's going to be with my lovely maxed out cunning.
Lovely stuff.
That's an 18.
Lovely. That manages it. As those double knees run up and smish. Smish. Oh, quite a heavy smish of that. It's like they're ramming two knees into someone's face. Yow! Very hard time. With that, just gonna double check. Oh, it's only rolling damage with your favor stats, so your attack would actually be normal.
With normal, so that would be. Then it would be. Do I roll it again, or do I just minus?
I'll let you roll.
Do I minus? Okay. Let's do it then. Was that? Never mind. It's a crit, and it's 20.
He lands the perfect hit. Lovely. So,
I think I get the wrestle point for that.
You do, very much so. One wrestle point for you.
Mhm.
On top of that, with how bits have now changed, in order to distance ourselves a little bit from D&D, bits are now cast as perfect hits. Your perfect hits would normally just deal your favor damage instead of your regular stats worth of damage, but that's what's already happening with hard and fast. So Foxy, you get to add a d6 onto your damage calculator.
Let's see.
That's already that's your favor power because of the double knee strikes. So that's 4 plus whatever you get from your d6.
Double knee actually is a cunning based.
It says power on mine.
Just a moment.
Oh, knee strikes. There we go. Which version of it said power? Bear with me. Which version of you? Oh, double knee arm breaker. Cheeky bugger. Right, never mind. Never mind, I do apologise. It's absolutely fine. 8 plus whatever you get from your 6.
Yes. That's a 3.
Okay. 8, 3 is a big number.
Yes.
11. 11 points of damage Miss Turnu. Very good. Those double knees collide with her face. Youch!
Mhm.
It painful. She feel it. You even see like a little blood trickle coming from her nose after that. Because that was some sheer force. She's taken back a little bit, but because she is a thief and she's been in the wars, she's used to a nasty brawl. She's still up for a good fight.
Okay. I think then it's my sequence.
Yup.
Well, then, wait a minute. It is just checking. So let's go up the list. Mhm. Let's go with cornerback elbow.
Oh, idea. Joke. That's just corner. Cornerback elbow. No. Especially your opponent into a tight situation with a damn good elbow. I like it. Okay. Cornerback elbow. I want to see that thing fly. 12 out of 10.
So I believe it's with normal. I'll go with normal cunning this time around. So it's going to be +8. And that's a 15.
That's good. It hits. And it's a very solid elbow across her face. That
Yes,
will...
and also with favor damage.
Lovely, because they're hard and fast. That
Yes.
will be 12 points. That will be nice. After that elbow, she is feeling it quite a bit, but she is still on her feet. You notice like an odd quiver in her foot.
Mhm.
It might not be close to the end, but you know she ain't gonna go down without that proper beefy move you got left in your tank.
Yes.
You all sorted out with that, or have you got anything else?
Because she is standing, I cannot do. I can't pin her.
Sadly, no.
So I again Liam will keep an eye out for her and go a distance away.
Eddie, move. As you do, it flicks over to her. But as it flicks over to her, Tash,
Hello.
have the crowd livened up at all?
D12?
Yes, please.
9.
Quite a bit, actually. They're starting to liven up. Some of them are starting to wake up and just going, "Hey, guys, I see blood coming from my nose. It's happening!" A bunch of them start going nuts. A few of them are still like crossed arms going, "I wanted tables." But it's not that much of a mixed reception. A lot more people are on board than off board. Awesome stuff. Comes over to Lara. She's battered. She's bruised. She's feeling a little bit punished in the worst places. And the referee's a little bit worried, and the referee's just gonna come on over to make sure Vassia is safe to carry on. She just pats the ref away as if to say, "No, I'm good. I'm good. It's fine. Leave me alone." And as she pats the referee away, notice something that seems to just drop out of one of her hands, and as this like little pebbles that seems to fall from her hands, it goes poof, and as it goes poof, The ring is covered in smoke.
Hmm.
There's leaving the audience going, "Oh, what the hell?" And there's left you thinking that as well. Do me a favor. Roll me a smart save, please.
So 1d6 plus smarts. That's a 12.
Okay,
So
that's
that's
really
a
good.
crit.
Very nicely done. Lovely.
So
With that,
does it? It doesn't actually, because it's an ability check. It doesn't give me a wrestle point,
sadly it doesn't.
or does it? Yeah.
Sadly it doesn't. But with that save you have just done, you're able to see through the smoke as if it's anything. You're not really badly affected by it at all. It just seems like a minor inconvenience to you, as you seem to see her trying to go round you, but because you're keeping tabs of her, you know pretty much where she is. So you're turning as she's going round, and she's like, "Oh damn! Even the smoke didn't work." So she's going to try her best to do something that Erg will be quite happy for. He would dash to you in the smoke, grab a hold of you, as if to just give you a hug round the waist, and she just goes, "Oh, you must love being so close to me like this."
We'll see.
And she tries to slam you for a belly-to-belly suplex.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I've got belly-to-belly in. It is. I know it is. If it isn't, I'm gonna. Not happy. No, that's belly. Just belly. I need more than just belly. There's no, that's bow and arrow, armbar, hammerlock, armbar. Makes it. Did I die on Devin? No. Where's the suplex list? It was on the suplex list. If it isn't, it needs to be added again to the suplex list. Because I'm sorry, it's a suplex that exists. Going on the list.
Yes.
Where are you? Ah! So weird. Here it is. Inverted German T. Really? Inverted German and T-bone? Those are the only variants I've got on here. I'm so sorry to any wrestling fans out there. For some reason, I'm a dingle and forgot to add belly to bellies. It's going on in a future update, so don't you worry. Because she's trying to be smart about it, it's just going to use her smart stats for the sake of anything. Right. Have a look and see if this hits. Woof! That is... She lands a perfect hit.
Oh, dang.
As she lands the perfect hit, it will do her smart's favor stat in damage, which for you, it's not that much actually, it's only 4 damage.
Oh.
But as she is doing that, it activates one of her skills. She is attempting to go with it 3 times in a row.
Okay.
She's trying to go for a belly-to-belly 3 amigos.
Oh.
Let's have a look. That was number 1. Number 2 is a 14 versus your AC.
It hits.
Lovely. And that will do just 2 points of damage. And then does it again. And that is another perfect hit.
Oh.
For another 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Very good. Right. With that damage being dealt, she is going to stand up as you are in a downed position. The smoke gradually clearing away for the sake of the audience, because it wasn't lasting for too long. As they just see you on the ground and her on top of you. And Mikhail going, huh? What the heck happened? I didn't see anything. Oh my god. A little bit of a weird comeuppance going on. And as you are down.
Oh, as she is sitting on top of me, top of Liam, Liam just goes, "Oh, you think you have had enough practice to dominate?"
Oh.
Ooh.
Just goes, Well, let's see. As she just grabs your arms and attempts to put your arms into a figure 4 arm lock.
Ooh.
See how you like this. Huzzah! Ah! Foxy! She flumped it!
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn, boo. So she grabs your arm to try and put it into, or grabs your arms to try and put them into a figure 4 arm lock. And she's just looking at it. It's like as if she hasn't done it in a while. And she's like, okay, does this one go over and then my foot goes through? Or is this one over and under? Then my foot goes through and the twist. And it's like, And she spends a while trying to put it all together. The referee's just looking at it as if to think, are you just playing with his hands? Like, what?
Patty cake, patty cake, patty
Yeah,
cake.
it basically looks like an elaborate scheme of patty cake.
Yeah.
As out of frustration, she just holds your arms out and just goes, "Oh," and just chucks them down at you. But what she does do as a tactic, she takes a few steps back, like you have done prior, to give her some space. As it flicks over to your turn.
Yes. Just a moment. Remind me, what would be a good takedown? Takedown moves. Takedown move possibilities.
You got quite a few
like
options at your disposal.
drops and
You can like many different things. There's snapmares, tilt-a-whirl slams. If you wanted to do like something like that, head scissor takedowns. If you wanted to like a style of a suplex, like face breakers. Classics like the drivers, DDTs. You got quite a few ways to take her to a downed position.
just a moment. I will try to find what was the head scissors takedown using, because it seems I cannot find it quick.
Do, 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 do. This elevator.
And Tash provides us with elevator music while we are thinking.
Today's show of Ring Warriors is brought to you by the letter A, as in, hey, get off my lawn!
Yes, just because. Oh boy. Oh, I get this.
This is seriously the most I've ever had Foxy think about any of his moves in the history of mankind.
I know, right? I mean, I thought for a really long time with my own moves. Like, but yeah, it's
I
like.
guess this is because Foxy is in a regular match and not in a no DQ one, so it's like I can't just
Yeah.
throw powder in his face.
Yeah, yeah, that would be the whole.
You can't do
Um,
yellow mist in his face, so let's do everything else.
hmm Yep.
Well, I mean, as a heel, you could go for it anyway and try to do it without the referee noticing. But hey, work.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Actually, I'm going with the DDT.
Oh, a classic.
Hmm.
I'll go wrong with it.
Yes.
Lovely stuff. So, as you get up onto your feet, you just think that the classic is just going to do what it takes. As you grab her and attempt to go for an old school DT. Roll it.
Yes. And now, this time around, I'm going to use my last cunning, the last masked power,
Ah, yep.
and that's a 16.
Okay. And with that 16, you grab her into the DDT-like hold. The guys that are old school wrestling fans in the audience are like, oh, here it comes. Boom! Dropping backwards, smacking her head against the floor. DDT da-da! As that deals with your last burst of max power, that last little dose of 12 damage. Oh, Liam. Bless you. Oh, Liam. It
Mhm.
seems like your opponent is downed and knocked out.
Yes. Well, as a bonus function, I'm trying to pin her.
Okay, you go for the pin. Referee just climbs on over as he just checks the shoulders. Everything's in order. One! You get one straight away. See how this goes. You go. Two! That's pretty good. Good. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh! Three! It's all over. It's all over as your music kicks back up again. Referee lifts up, does the gesture of nah, she's out. See, as he takes your arm, lifts it up. You have won your match.
Yes.
Happy days. Now, Erg, you're still in the audience at this point, are you? Or have you moved on?
Stealth rock, still stealth.
Oh yeah, still stealth rock. So he's not there. Well, I'll tell you what. To make it interesting, let's roll me a cunning check and see if it's actually working.
Remind me my cunning. I don't have my notes to hand.
Such as have a cunning of 4.
Is that a D6 or a D12?
That'll be D6 plus 4.
Oh, that's a 10.
And that's exactly what you needed because no one knows you're there. Well done. So Stealth Rock is in full effect right now. As Liam's got his arm raised, he can celebrate. How are you celebrating?
With walking around with my fist raised up into the air and saying that, yeah, that's me. That's the winner. And thank you.
Lovely stuff. And as you're celebrating, referee's checking on Lara. Lara seems to come out of it, gets to a standing position. As she gets to a standing position, she looks over to you and claps. It's in a very respectful way. She goes to put her arm out for a handshake with you.
Oh. Well, Liam takes her hand and then just clasps his other hand around her wrist, so, and says, "Thank you, and also remember, I wasn't born yesterday."
Oh. And as she looks like saying, she looks over to you and just goes, "Oh, I know you weren't born yesterday. Don't get me wrong. It was a fun match. Good to see
Yes.
you. You're in great shape. Maybe next time
Yes.
we don't meet in a wrestling ring."
Maybe we could go to a bar or something.
Oh, dearie.
Liam and Lara sitting in the tree.
I bet when
After
she
Foxy's done
whips
celebrating.
her hand away from you, as she starts walking away from you slightly, and then looks back and just goes, I'm sorry, sugar. I don't date foxes." As she just jumps over the top rope.
It wasn't dating suggestion. It was a work suggestion.
She dates Loplands instead.
Well, that's the funny thing. She didn't take it that way.
Well,
So then she just hopped over the top rope. She makes it seem as if she heard what you were saying. Just goes, yeah, sure. See you later. As if to still be a massive flirt at the end of it all.
Yes.
Can I stealth rock my way over and surprise Foxy with an arm around the shoulder?
Roll me a cunning check.
And I think I need to roll some sort of a
If
perception.
Let's put it this way. If he's rolling a cunning check, let Vinny establish the check, and you've got to beat that with your smarts.
I
Like,
rolled a
Vinny
perfect score of a 10.
Vinny just bursts from underneath the ring. I mean, what?
I erupt
so-
like a volcano.
That's an 8.
Okay, so you don't see Vinny coming. As Erg just seems, you just suddenly, like this rock just suddenly appears in the ring. You just have this arm be flown over your shoulder, and it's Erg.
Hi there.
Good game.
Yeah, it was a great match.
Continuing the bromance.
Yes.
And as you guys celebrate,
Didn't laugh.
gradually making your way to the back and back to the changing room. Lavania, this time you're obviously still joined by Artemis Quartz.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing you're in the zone ready for Mike Jaws.
Oh yeah, she's sort of like reflecting on everything like that has happened for the past whole trip to the Bermuda Triangle, and how she has learned that she doesn't need to hold on to that anger anymore. She can
Nice.
just let go and just forgive herself for not having the strength to like do what she needed to do all them many years ago. Because even though many times in the recent past that she did not have the strength to do what she wanted to do, it may not necessarily be the thing that had to happen.
Hmm.
There are reasons for her downfalls,
Yeah.
and she will take on all these lessons as she faces Mike Jaws in a calm, collected, and not so bitter manner.
Lovely. As you're in this mindset, as the guys are making their way back, you look at the TV screen that's been showing the whole match. You've been keeping tabs of how things are going. And the TV screen flicks to backstage or somewhere backstage, where you have a Hammerhead Shark interviewer on the screen who just goes, I'm joined by this time at the current World Hardcore Champion, Mike Jaws. And that's when you hear just everyone in the stadium erupting, going absolutely crazy. Mike Jaws at this time, like, he hasn't got his jacket on or anything. He's just got his shirtless look on, just looking very cocky, belt thrown over his shoulder so people can see it on the screen and everything. As the interviewer just goes, so Mike, you've just seen all the friends of your main event competitor fight in the pay-per-view. What you got to think about them? And Mike literally looks at the interviewer, snatches the microphone out of his hands, pushes him away, and slowly turns into the camera, just going, you want to know what I think? I think all those guys are stooges. They went against weaklings. Pathetic, stupid weaklings. Just like they are. They got nothing of a world champion. And last time I checked, I am the world hardcore champion, the king of the Bermuda Triangle. I'm gonna teach... Oh, go ahead.
Hearing this shout, well, like hearing this going on, you can always shout as loud as I can to see if he hears. We didn't fight weaklings. We didn't fight you.
Roll me an appeal check to see if you can.
I want to get on his nerves. Because, I mean, it's psychology, isn't it? You win the battle before you even begin.
There you go. I believe that's a D6
that?
plus 3.
My appeal.
Yeah.
I roll an 8.
Okay, you know what? That's pretty good. As whilst Mike Jaws is doing his little stint, he just hears like in the distance, and he just spends a moment just looking out as the audience just goes ooh. It's like a burn was just happening. It's just like, just you wait, assholes. After I'm done with your little friend, I'm coming after each and every one of you to show you why I am the king of this triangle. Speaking of which, hey, daddy's girl. Yeah, I know your daddy's here. Radovan Wreckable, big shot world heavyweight champion. Last time I checked, he's a weakling just like each and every one of you assholes. Especially you. How does that get you going at the moment, Vanya?
Like the only possible audible thing, or at least thing that, like, if Artemis is watching Lavanya right now, unless she's too engrossed in the letter sort of thing.
Oh, she's watching.
Like, the only thing that Artemis would probably hear is like a long and deep sort of inhale and a long drawn out exhale.
Okay, keep in control. Keep in control.
Yeah, she's keeping in control.
As you flick back over to Mike, as he just goes, I understand your daddy's in the stadium. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's playing at. Last time I checked, I think he's here because he's not scared of his little girl. Oh, how amazing is that? I don't care. After I'm done with his little girl, I'm taking his belt, I'm taking his legacy, and I'm flushing it down the toilet like his career's gonna go. And last time I checked, he can go all the way back to your hometown, back where your mommy is, and just suck like everyone else. That's right. I just called your mama sucker. Sit on that one, bitch. Just drops the mic and walk off. Any reaction? Or
So-
even better, would you want to roll me a wits check? See if
Okay.
you can keep it together.
I mean, okay. I'll roll a wits check, but I had something in mind.
No, if you have something in mind, go for it. It was more so if
I
you
mean,
didn't have.
I mean, the rolling will be more out of curiosity. Okay, that's decent. That's a 10.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. You keep things
Oh.
in control for yourself.
Yeah, she's gonna take another deep breath, sort of in Zen mode kind of thing. She's gonna stand up from like the chair that she was sitting from, go to the door, and literally just stand there waiting to be called. Like
Nice one.
without saying a single word.
Yeah. Artemis is going to see you stand there against the wall. Just be like, Lavanya, are you okay?
I'm fine. I'll be all right.
Right, and just just goes to
I
sitting back.
I have a shark to deal with, and a necklace I want to get a hold of. That's all.
You can go and kick that shark's ass, says Armin. As then you just it's like as if you had a premonition. Stage guy comes over to you. It's like, oh, jeez, you're bigger in real life than you actually are. I'm guessing you're Lavanya.
That's my name.
That's
Show me
great.
to the ring.
That's absolutely fantastic. Big fan of your dad, but don't worry, that's ain't gonna. I won't bring him up. Follow me. Starts taking you down to where the apron is. As you're walking down the corridor, the guys are coming back up the corridor, so you can have a little interchange if you want.
Great job kicking ass.
That's what I do. Thank you.
She doesn't really. She's not really conversing much. She's like in Zen mode at the moment. She's trying to keep her cool.
And of course, kick his ass out of this arena.
Her palms are heavy, knees weak.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Get that little conversing. Cross paths. You guys carry on back to the changing room so you can watch the match happening. Whilst Lavanya cracks on down, taken over to the apron, waiting there to be given the go ahead. And as you are, stagehand gives you a pat on the back and just goes, "Okay, you're up." Burst through that curtain. How are you entering?
Okay, so what the audience see is a brick wall, just an ordinary brick wall. As the like electric guitar like kind of chugs along, and then as the drums and the bass starts kicking in, the wall just explodes with bricks just flying all over the place. And as the brick dust clears, you see Lavanya with her left fist outstretched, as if she had just punched through that wall with a little bit of brick dust on her hand, and then just sort of dusting it off as she starts walking up to the ring, so nonchalantly. And climbs into the ring. Just very efficient, no sort of flashy, flamboyant nonsense. Just straight to the point, getting some business done. No screwing around.
Lovely stuff. I'm gonna roll and see how the audience liked your entrance. They're half and half on it. You got some guys who are like, "Woo, I like that intro," while the others are just like, "Hey, don't forget that's the guy Mike's gonna beat up." And they're like, "Oh yeah."
Sorry to interrupt this, Dom. I know it's not the right time for potential creative changes, but I just had a thought. Shouldn't appeal factor into how the audience feel about your entrance?
It's something we can look into for the future.
I just thought I'd mention it before I forgot.
Because it's technically the audience rolling, and the audience don't have a lot of appeal. They're just there to watch. But
I get that. I just think, like, if someone's watching your intro, it's your appeal to the audience. So
oh yeah, I get it.
anyway, I was just before I forget.
Oh
but-
no, that's absolutely fine. No worries. So that was your entrance. Very straightforward. Very to the point.
Very straightforward. Yeah,
As
she's
you're in
all
the ring.
business and no nonsense.
Oh yeah, and you're in the ring. You're ready to rock. Bring it on. And as you're in the ring, ready, the lights start clocking on as Mike Jaws' music starts playing, and as the main entry bar to the tune kicks in, he just comes out of nowhere, arms wide open, with his home crowd just going absolutely crazy at him. Both arms sticking out, one arm holding the World Hardcore Championship, and as he's walking down to the ring, he's doing like big bite gestures towards the audience to get them riled up, sticking that title up in the air towards like cameras that are following as he's coming down the ring, to put emphasis on I'm the champ. And as he comes down to the ring, he climbs on him, goes for the ropes, doesn't even come close to you, but seems to stand on his side as he's looking at you with a massive grin on his face, and just sticks that championship up in the air as high as he can, with the crowd going absolutely mental around him.
Yeah, she's just nonplussed. Just like in her mind, she's thinking, "Huh, fool."
Nice. Fair play. And with that been done, both competitors are in the ring. The referee comes on over. Mike gives over his championship belt as the ref takes it and sticks it up as a sign of this is what it's for. This is your first proper chance to have a look at the Hardcore Championship belt. The World Hardcore Championship belt, ornate with 4 side plates, 2 on each side, and the big center plate itself. The side plates having motifs of different weaponry. So one has a chair, one has a bamboo stick, one has a ladder, and one has a table on it. With the centerpiece being a silhouetted individual jumping off of a ladder onto another silhouetted individual on a table. With the words underneath going "Extreme" in big letters, and championship with world over the top, and of course Mike Jaws' little nameplate just stuck in there because referee showing that to everyone gives you a glimpse close up as if it's a sign of this could end up being yours. And the referee goes out of the ring in preparation for the cage to come down. The cage comes down around you. The cage swamps the side of the ring very tightly to make sure there is no escape On the shark cage, there is no door either. So if you did ever want to escape the cage, you would have to climb up the shark tooth out insides, which may just claw you really badly. But you start noticing as it comes down very slowly and seals you guys in, there are just big razor sharp teeth on there, as well as a series of small razor sharp teeth, as if it seems to randomly mangle in between the two around the cage. And the cage just shuts around both of you. And before a bell could be rang, the lights go out.
I fucking knew it.
And as the lights go out, the music kicks on. And if you wanted to know Radovan Rekabal's entrance music, which you could totally listen to on the Ring Warriors playlist, now available on Spotify, shameless plug. As he is walking down to the ring to Silver Lining by Alesti and Rob Enling. You have the lights off. You have like a faint fog coming on the main stage as the song starts playing. And as the song gets to he just like Radovan Rekabal comes out with a single spotlight following him as the audience are just going mental, going, "What? What the hell is he doing here? I thought Mike was lying." The world champion coming out, a pair of black glasses and a nice tailor-made black suit with a red tie, as he comes down with a world heavyweight championship on his shoulder, walking down the ring very slowly, not giving any sign of emotion or gratification to the crowd, looking at both of you in the ring as Mike turns round to give you a perfect staring look at your dad as he's walking down that ramp and seemingly walking around the outside of the ring. Just get a good look at the both of you.
How would she react? Ooh. Her eyes are like locked on to her dad the entire time. Like not like she's less nonplussed as she's not as nonplussed as she was earlier, but like she's being wary. It's more of a look of wariness.
Yeah. That's absolutely fair. And as you're staring at him, you can tell that although he is trying to focus on both of you, he is spending more time staring at you over Mike Jaws. And as he comes round the ring, he stands round on the side where the announce tables are, looks on over, and grabs a nearby chair, sets it up, and just simply sits on it. He is simply here to observe.
Oh boy, no pressure then.
No pressure at all.
And if
Go ahead.
you wondered what that growl was, it was my stomach.
Nice.
It was also Fox's reaction to Radovan being in the stadium.
Yeah, oh, totally.
Yeah.
And with all that being done, the lights come back on, no longer focusing on Radovan as the audience are severely hyped. Shark cage around you guys. But Lavanya, before anything kicks off still, you notice something. In the audience,
Okay.
not necessarily in the front row, but in a couple of rows back, you see a group of 5 individuals that you know. You see the old Hammerhead Shark On guy next to AJ and a few of the kids that were back from the gym.
Oh.
They're here to watch you and root you on. You can somehow hear the kid, one of the kids is going, "Go on, Levander, kick his face in! Yeah, big Mike in the balls!"
Oh my
the
god.
kids going nuts being your biggest fans.
Oh.
And I hope you're ready, because this match is about to begin on the next episode of Ring Warriors.
Yep. I was looking at the
Yes.
timeline thinking, yep.
Tom, have we ever told you in the most loving manner, you're an arse?
Yes.
Both in
But
a
that's,
loving...
But that's one of the reasons why we like you so much.
You're welcome.
You're a bitch, but we love you anyway.
Lovely. So in next week's installment of Ring Warriors, we will have the epic main event match, the big matchup between Vanya and Mike Jaws for the World Hardcore Championship, being watched not just by some friends back from the gym, but also by Radovan Rekabor, the current reigning World Heavyweight Champion. Will the match go smoothly? Will there be some cheeky shenanigans?
Mm.
Well, there you go. Really, that just tells that bit.
Yeah.
There's only one way to find
okay
out.
then.
And that's to tune in next week for another grueling episode of everything else. Everything else of Ring Warriors. Why is it called everything else?
Don't
Like,
know.
that's the
Made
expansion.
it up.
Like, so you have the wrestler's manual, and then the first expansion is just called everything else.
Oh yeah.
So it's like the Xanatar's Guide to Everything,
Yeah, only it's just
sort
called
of that
everything
sort
else.
of way.
Yeah, more or less.
That'll be fun. But with that being said, I hope you tune in for next time. If you have enjoyed things, be sure to follow, subscribe, and all that fun jazz. Be sure to hit me up on the social media channels down in the description of the panels and whatnot. You can keep tabs as to when we are doing some more Ring Warriors fun times and other streamy bits. Until then, stay explosive. It's goodbye from these lot.
Bye bye.
And it's goodbye from yours truly. Good day, guys. Have a good one.
Good night.